All right, so let's talk about customer types in Butter. So the reason why you'd use a customer type is if you're transacting with two different kinds of customers in your store. So for example, if you're a micro business, you might be selling to retailers and you might also be selling to customers as a store yourself. As a distribution company, you might be selling to retailers and you also might be selling to other distros. In each one of these cases, the customer has a little bit different needs when they're buying products from you. And so that's why you need customer types. So what you do is basically go to your settings over here by clicking the gear icon and then down to customer types over here. And here in the demo store, we've actually already have 4 different kinds of customer setup. So we don't really have to go through like creating them. It's super simple. If you wanted to create another type of customer, you can literally just do that. And there is another kind of customer created. Hasn't had anything configured yet, but at least that's how easy it is to create a new customer type. Right. So when we can click on the configure fields here, we can see the different types of customers here. And if I just look at my adult use customer type first here, these are some of the options that are shown here. Is it a business or is it going to be a person? That kind of stuff. So these are the types of things that we can do in terms of selecting the different kinds of customers in your store. So for an adult use customer, you'd want things like first name, last name, the date of birth, maybe how did you hear about our service, that kind of stuff. Generally, you wouldn't be doing you wouldn't be extending credit to these types of people. But in the driver app, you'd want to show change and tips and stuff like that if you did give change and tips, if you're working with cash, that kind of stuff. As well as any tax exemptions that customer might have. For adult use, you wouldn't have any, right? So you just save that there, and that would basically be your basic retail adult use customer. For the same time, if you were going to like a retailer, then you'd expect to see like business checked here, and maybe you are offering some credit for consignments on that sort of thing. So you want some credit controls there for your customers. You don't worry about change and tips and those kinds of things. Those are more like for retail stuff. So for B2B, those things are taken out of the driver app and that kind of stuff. Now we're generating shipping manifests and packing lists and things like that. As you can see, so Butter is kind of set up. It's all about delivering to the customer, regardless whether that customer is a dispensary or is a person sitting in their house. It's kind of set up that way. So that's the reason why you would do customer types. Now, when you're over here and you're actually registering a customer, you could click here and you can see that this customer type is set as retailer right here. And I can actually change that customer type if I wanted to say adult use. And see right there, customer has a credit balance, right, when we're doing that kind of thing. So, the adult use doesn't. So, certain things like that will keep you from doing that kind of stuff. But this is just a general idea of having customer types in the system and the kinds of things that they're used for. So play around with that in your store. And if you need more help, reach out to us and we can help you kind of configure some of these customer types for what you're looking for.